Welcome to the 99th State Amateur Baseball Tournament. We are live at Bell Field in Faribault, Minnesota for a matchup between the visiting Urbank Bombers and the home team tonight, St. Patrick Irish, and you're watching it all on NeighborhoodSportsNetwork.tv.
Baseball. It's America's pastime and Minnesota's passion. The all-new Neighborhood Sports Network, in partnership with the Minnesota Baseball Association, brings you coverage of the 2022 State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Coverage of this great Minnesota tradition is proudly brought to you by The Urgency Room, fast, flexible care. McDonald's, owners and operators of Minnesota and Western Wisconsin. Find your golden opportunity at mcdonalds.com/careers. Xfinity, a better way to watch. Think Bank, meet your money. The Star Tribune, your home for the best prep coverage. And by the Minnesota Twins. Get tickets for Town Ball Night at Target Field on September 10th. Live coverage throughout the Town Ball Tourney can be seen right here on the Neighborhood Sports Network. That's NSPN.TV. Welcome to the neighborhood. Now, let's get out to the ballpark.
Power up your screen device, log on to NeighborhoodSportsNetwork.tv and tune in to watch Minnesota Amateur Baseball. Welcome to Week 2 of the Class C State Tournament on NeighborhoodSportsNetwork.tv. My name is Phil McLaughlin, and behind the camera tonight is Mr. Greg Wolfert. Tonight is game number 17, as we are now in the round of 32 teams. 32 teams remain in the Class C State Tournament. The Urbank Bombers are head coached by Hunter Arnold, and they come in at 14-5 overall, and they sit at 10-3 in the Resorters League Conference. The Urbank Bombers, in their first state tournament in 21 years, took down the Sartell Muskies 4-2, and that was last week. Alex Koepp was on the mound on Saturday as they beat the Muskies, and he had a no-hitter through 6 innings. Sartell did get 4 hits total on him, but the lefty was in control on his way to 12 strikeouts in earning the win. The St. Patrick Irish come in, head coached by Brent Garacki, and they are sitting at 26-2 on the season. They're riding a 25-game winning streak. Also, assistant coach Dave Redman in the first base dugout tonight for the Irish. The Irish are a DRS League member, and they are the 2021 Class C second place. Again, riding that 25-game win streak. And in that winning streak, they've only given up 1.8 runs per game while scoring 10.6 offensively in each contest. Looking back to last year and want to see how these teams fared, it was the Urbank Bombers falling to Fergus Falls last year in the Region 16C tournament by a final score of 15-6. And last year, as the Irish took on Chaska, losing 2-0, and that was in the Class C state tournament. Game time temperature tonight, a nice cool evening here, 72 degrees. As we take a look here on your screen, and we are going over the ground rules. Tonight's umpires behind the plate is Matt Kordick. He is from Coon Rapids. And our field umpire tonight is Mike Kaufman from White Bear Lake. So a big thank you to tonight's umpiring crew. Starting pitchers for tonight, for the Bombers, it will be the aforementioned Alex Koepp on the mound, and for the Irish, it'll be the starter, Colin Dank. As we get ready here for first pitch, we will have starting lineups tonight for both teams. This will be the first game of the season here for the Irish, and of the tournament for the Irish. And so we will introduce the reserves and the starters for both squads, followed by the national anthem, and then first pitch. Tonight's public address announcer is Danny Duchesne. And we will turn things over to Danny for the starting lineups here in just a moment. Again, I'd like to welcome you for tuning in to Neighborhood Sports Network. Welcome to the neighborhood. If you are tuning in with a little bit of confusion, we were PrepSpotlight.tv just a couple weeks ago. And then we have rebranded and went from PrepSpotlight.tv to Neighborhood Sports Network.tv or NSPN.tv. And now your starting lineups here from Danny Duchesne here at Bell Field.
Number 4, Kyle Schlosser. Third on the mound pitching tonight, number 7, Alex Kemp. Playing third base, batting fourth, number 6, Austin Hadley. Batting fifth, number 3, playing shortstop, Hunter Arnold. In the sixth spot, playing first base, number 23, Jake Tennis. In center field, batting seventh, number 15, Devin Gleeby. Playing second base, batting eighth, number 9, Levi Arnold. And rounding out your starting lineup, batting ninth, playing right field, number 5, Hunter Hagenmiller. And now let's meet the participants for the St. Patrick Irish. Beginning with the non-starters. Number 1, Jordan Gorecki. Number 4, Michael Gerda. Number 5, Zach Indris. Number 8, Jace Westman. Number 9, Jack Ulschmeid. Number 12, Luke Tupie. Number 15, Braden Manning. Number 16, Colton Smith. Number 17, Nate Clare. Number 18, Ben Tupie. Number 19, Zach Sawyer. Number 20, Trevor Davinsky. Number 28, Philip Garcia. Number 33, Ian Segna. St. Patrick's drafted players from Jordan, Jeremy Heitkamp. From Faribault, Joey Grody. And from Mayor Lutheran, Matt Lane, who is also from Faribault. And now let's meet the Irish starting lineup. Leading off, playing second base, number 3, Cal Bromer. Batting second, playing shortstop, number 11, Jack Regis. Hitting third, playing third, number 21, Ryan Regis. At first base, hitting fourth, number 7, Seth Ambrose. Slapka. Behind the plate catching tonight, batting ace number 10, Matt Ambrose. Batting ninth, playing right field, number 14, Jack Taxtall. And on the mound tonight for the Irish, pitching number 6, Colin Dank. The Bombers are coached by manager Hunter Arnold. The Irish are coached by manager Bryce Goracki, assisted by Dave Redmond. At this time, fans, we ask anybody who is able to please stand, remove your hats, as the American Legion in Faribault and the Stanton Airfield presents our nation's color guard. Fans, we ask that you remain standing as long as the color guard is on the field. And now, our national anthem, Mr. Mark Fawcett. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And a beautiful rendition of the national anthem. The cadets here, that's off to your left, holding the Star Spangled Banner. We've got Second Lieutenant Grant Argabright. We've got Senior Master Sergeant Vivian Kahn, her sister Staff Sergeant Sophia Kahn, and Staff Sergeant Robert Schmitz. And they're being led by Major Randall S. Knox. That is the Stanton Comp Squad here. And we thank them for leading us in the national anthem this evening here from historic Bell Field. We're in Faribault, Wisconsin, or Faribault, Minnesota, I'm sorry. As the future cadets walk off the field, and the color guard now will walk off past third base as well. So we've got the present and the future here supporting the colors as we get ready here for first pitch. Nice pageantry here from Bell Field. Coming in tonight, Alex Kopp, according to their website, is 3-0 with a 1.57 ERA. He will be starting for the Bombers tonight. And Colin Dank on the mound for St. Patrick. And Dank is 2-0. Do not have an ERA for Colin Dank as we get ready here for first pitch. We do thank the rest of the audience as well as our veterans that are in attendance tonight, tuning in here on the new network here, the Neighborhood Sports Network. I'd like to thank all veterans that are in the audience as well as all of you for tuning in to tonight's live stream. We're in the state tournament here, and we do thank you however you have tuned in, either on a smartphone, a tablet, a regular computer, a laptop, maybe a smart TV. We thank you for your viewership tonight, and we hope that you stay with us all weekend long as we will bring you continued coverage here of the 99th State Amateur Baseball Tournament. We'll have some updates on scores as we go through tonight, as well as take a look at the bracket here. We're in the round of 32. The different sites, again, we are here at Bell Field in Faribault. Also tonight on our network, we've got in Meesville at Jack Rear Field, and also games going on in Dundas at Memorial Park. And that will be going on all weekend here. Stay tuned on the Neighborhood Sports Network for continued live coverage, live streams of all of these postseason baseball games. As we get ready to take a look here at the lineup, and for the Bombers, leading things off will be the catcher, Matt Furley, coming in batting at even 200, according again these stats from their webpage. And batting second, Drew Johnson, playing left field, hitting .361. And batting third, the pitcher, Alex Kep, batting at 200. He does have 2 home runs on the season. Batting fourth is Austin Hadley and playing third base, followed by Hunter Arnold playing shortstop. And then the first baseman, Jake Thanes, followed by Devin Glee playing center field, Levy Arnold playing second base, and then batting number 9, Hunter Hagenmiller, who is also playing the 9th position in right field. And we get ready here for first pitch. And the first pitch crosses over for a strike right at 7:31 p.m. here Central Standard Time. And the next pitch crosses over quickly at no balls and 2 strikes here to Furley. Furley batting right-handed, has got the white batting gloves on tonight. Just a bit outside for ball 1. Dank going to work quickly on the mound. Into the windup and the pitch. And again, just a bit outside as we go even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. St. Patrick in the field going with the white pants and the green jerseys. The 2-2 swung on and missed for strike 3. And the first out of the ball game is a strikeout. Dank records his first strikeout tonight. And that'll bring up Drew Johnson. Johnson hitting .361 on the season. With 1 down now, Dank into the windup, and the right-hander fires home a bit high for ball 1. 1 out here early going. Again, the Irish wearing those green jerseys trimmed in white numbers and white letters, and had the green ball caps with the white insignia on top. The Bombers also wearing white pants, going with the gray jerseys tonight. Swung on and missed as the count now to 2-1 here to Johnson. Bombers have black numbers trimmed in yellow, and here's the ball right in front of home plate. It'll be fielded by Ambrose, a toss to first, in time by a step for out number 2. A nice job there by Matt Ambrose behind the dish as he jumps out of his crouch, and a strong throw to first base, and there are 2 down. 2-3 if you are scoring at home, and we hope that you are. It makes watching baseball even that much more enjoyable. Stepping in to bat now, Alex Kep. He will bat left-handed. And a ground ball past the first baseman, a fair ball into right field as Kep with the first hit of the contest. A single in the pitcher versus pitcher matchup. And that'll bring up cleanup batter Austin Headley. Headley coming in with a .451 batting average. Kept aggressive there with a first pitch swinging single. Now a throw over, not in time. And we've seen just a hint of the move here by Dank as he takes another look over at first base. And from the stretch, he fires home, and a good off-speed pitch, a throw back down to first base, not in time, as it bounced away from Ambrose, the first baseman. Seth Ambrose playing at first base, and brother Matt Ambrose behind the dish. The 0-1 count now with 2 down here, top of the first inning. And this pitch is grounded over to second base. This is Bromer up with it to first in time, and the side is retired. So there is one hit on the inning. And after a half inning, we've got 1 batter left. We will move to the bottom half of inning number 1 when we return here on the Neighborhood Sports Network.
Fast and flexible care. Count on the urgency room for expert medical care when you need it most. Visit us in person. Broken bone, chest pain? We're in Eagan, Vadnais Heights, or Woodbury. Online care. Sinus infection? Strep throat? We offer easy online care. Major to minor, we can provide the level of care you need. Visit urgencyroom.com. Mobile check-in now available.
Star Tribune covers high school sports as passionately as you live them. Don't miss a beat on the games you love. Check out Star Tribune all day, every day for the latest prep news, scores, and so much more.
We'd like to welcome you back here to historic Bell Field in Faribault, Minnesota. Again, we're in the 99th state tournament here, amateur baseball this year. Big year plan for next year will be the 100th anniversary of the first state tournament here for amateur baseball. Again, town ball amateur baseball. These are some high school players and also men, basically after high school, some former college players. In the league, there have been some former pro baseball players as well. And a lot of town pride and a lot of history. We'll get into that here later in tonight's broadcast, but a lot of history and a lot of playing for the place that you grew up in. And bragging rights on the line as we are into the state tournament here, the round of 32. Leading things off here for St. Patrick will be Cal Bromer, followed by Jack Fregis, who's playing shortstop, and brother Ryan Fregis playing third base. The cleanup batter tonight is Seth Ambrose. We've seen him over at first base already tonight. Batting fifth and playing in left field is Kyle Rodas. Batting sixth and playing in center field is Ben Taxtall. Batting seventh tonight, the designated hitter for the Irish, Dom DeLuca. Batting eighth and catching, Matt Ambrose, and we saw Matt defensively in that first inning. And then batting ninth, the right fielder, Jack Taxtall. So a couple of brothers in this lineup tonight. Again, on the mound, we've got Colin Dank. And according to the website, Colin Dank coming in also with a 2-0 record. Did not find an ERA for the young man, but the strong right-hander, or I'm sorry, left-hander. And he will face off Cal Bromer. Bromer batting at .310 coming into tonight's contest. He will lead things off in the left-handed batter's box. Got the old-fashioned high stirrup socks going. Those green and white striped socks. Call back to the earlier days of town ball baseball. The first pitch from Dank misses outside for a ball. The sun going down behind the trees out in left field. A beautiful night here for baseball. The 1-0 pitch now from Dank, and this ball is fouled back over the backstop here. So as the calendar here looking ahead towards September and what you would consider to be a beautiful night for football, high school football. We've got to wait one more week for high school football, and we're proud to bring you some amateur baseball. This ball is lifted into left field. Coming on and making a nice catch is Johnson out in left field. Drew Johnson covering a lot of ground out in left field and putting away out number one. One down, and that will bring Jack Fregis to the plate, the shortstop. Jack is batting .273 on the season. Also electing to go with the throwback high stirrup socks and the black batting gloves. Dink now from the windup and the pitch. Crosses over for strike one. Again, we will have continued coverage of the Class C and Class B tournament all weekend long and next week as well. The 0-1 swung on and missed. Fooled him with an off-speed pitch did Kep. And Kep now into the windup and the pitch. And this is lifted foul and out of play. And the count now will go to no balls and 2 strikes. A nice crowd on hand tonight here at Bell Field. We've got full bleachers to my right and almost full bleachers to my left. A few seats still available. And the 0-2 pitch now to Fregis is swung on and also fouled back. A parking lot right behind us here. A few extra spots. My advice to you would be to continue to listen to our broadcast, maybe with an earpiece, and then come on down and watch some live baseball. You can smell the grill fired up. On a beautiful night for baseball. The 0-2 pitch is fouled back in that same location. Just picking off cars here in the parking lot. And actually, no, that goes into the street behind us. And if you have ever been to a town ball baseball game, it is quite the treat. Local baseball is alive and well here in the state of Minnesota. The 0-2 is fouled off. Just staying alive, getting a piece of it is Mr. Fregis. Jack Fregis playing shortstop. His brother Ryan Fregis playing third base. So we've got a Fregis left side of the infield, and we've got an Arnold up the middle infield here for the Bombers. We've got Arnold's at shortstop and at second base here for the Bombers defensively. And swung on and missed for strike 3. First strikeout of the evening here for Kep. And there are 2 down. As the number 3 man in the order, Ryan Fregis, comes to bat. Fregis batting .552, leading the team in RBIs with 15 and home runs with 4. So a power hitter stepping into that right-handed batter's box. Going with the more traditional long pants here tonight. And number 21 takes a look at strike 1. Nice curveball there from Kep. Kep ahead in the count now at no balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. Check this swing, appeal down to first base, and no, says Mike Kaufman down there at first base. The appeal was made by our home plate umpire, Matt Kordick. And the count now will be even at 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. Inside, a ball. 2-1 now. If Fregis were to reach, it would be Seth Ambrose, the cleanup hitter, who is standing in the on-deck circle over on the right side of the field here, the first base dugout. The 2-1 offering is swung on and fouled straight back. Got a couple of fans to jump there off towards our right. But the netting saved the day, and we will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes now, an even count. 2 down here in the bottom half of inning number 1. Just early goings here at Bell Field. Kep has the elbows above the head. Now he fires home, and late on the swing is Ryan Fregis, and that will be the second strikeout. And after 2 strikeouts here, they go in order, 1, 2, 3. And we will stay with the broadcast here. Again, if you are tuning in and you've not been to a broadcast before, if you've tuned in all summer and even last school year, one of the changes here on our network or on our broadcast here is the Neighborhood Sports Network. You'll see that our score bug is different. Some of our commercials are different. We've just rebranded. Started off as PrepSpotlight.tv for the past, I think, 10 plus years. And now, in keeping with the times, we have rebranded and we are now part of the neighborhood. Not only do we cover high school sports, but we also cover some college sports and, again, this town ball state tournament and town ball games throughout the summer. And so we decided to drop the prep and just add on the neighborhood here. If you look at our new logo, it almost reminds you of the Nebraska logo with the set of stadium lights in the top left-hand corner. So we hope that will be very recognizable, and we bring you these broadcasts here as we have rebranded and looking forward to an exciting rest of the Class C state tournament, Class B state tournament as well. Our first batter to lead off the second inning is Hunter Arnold. He starts off looking at a first pitch strike, and the next pitch from Dank is a bit outside. Count will go to 1 ball and 1 strike. Next pitch does cross over for strike 2, a good fastball there. You can see the stadium lights are on here at Bell Field. A nice cool evening. And swinging through that off-speed pitch and going down on strikes is Hunter Arnold. And there's 1 down here in the top half of inning number 2.
Now batting first baseman number 23, Jake Tennis.
And coming back now, the number 5 hitter in the order, Jake Thenis. Thenis playing first base, and he swings and misses at the first offering. And again, we are at no balls and 2 strikes here as Dank making quick work on the mound. The 0-2 offering now coming to Thenis. Thenis batting at .238 on the season, and he swings and misses at that one. And quickly there are 2 down after 2 big strikeouts. That right-handed arm of Dank.
Now batting center fielder number 15, Devin Glebe.
Right-handed batter Devin Glebe will step into bat. He is playing center field defensively. First pitch swinging. And this will be a can of corn to the right fielder Taxtall. Taxtall will secure the catch for out number 3. And that was Jack Taxtall, one of the brothers on the Bomber defensive lineup. As we step away here, we've been through an inning and a half here from Belfield, and our score remains tied at 0 apiece. We'll be right back here on NSPN.TV.
You should feel good about where you and your money are headed. We can help you build a better relationship with your money, starting with our free Simply Better checking account. When you open an account, you'll also receive a free gift. Get started today. Think Bank.
And welcome back here to inning number 2, bottom half of inning number 2. Working through a little technical difficulties here, trying to get you some crowd noise. Bring you some more sounds here from the stadium as we go to the second inning.
For the Irish, leading off the bottom of the second, first baseman number 7, Seth Ambrose.
It'll be Seth Ambrose, who is batting 4th and hitting .371 here. And he is going old school without any batting gloves. Put a 1 behind that 7 and looked like Mark Grace up to bat if he was left-handed, of course. And the first pitch will be low. It'll be no ball or 1 ball and no strikes. Alex Kep goes to work quickly on the mound, and this ball right back up the middle and past Arnold at shortstop. That had a lot of zing on that ball as it went right off the mound, right past the foot of Kep, and then past the outstretched glove of Arnold at shortstop. And that will be a single right up the middle.
The left fielder, number 2, Kyle Rodas.
A good start here offensively for St. Patrick. And that'll bring Kyle Rodas to bat. Rodas playing left field. He's hitting .231. He's got a runner on. Swing and a miss at the first offering from Kep. So we see for the first time tonight how Kep responds to a base runner. 1-2-3 back in the bottom of the first inning. Takes a look over at the runner at first base, and now an off-speed pitch is going to be fielded by Hadley over to second for 1 to first. Safe, not in time on the double play attempt, but you do get the lead runner, Ambrose, over at second base. Rodas will be safe at first, and there is 1 down.
The center fielder, number 30,
So a fielder's choice for Rodas. And they'll bring Ben Textall to bat. Textall hitting 480 here on the season. With Rodas over at first base and 1 down. Kep from the stretch, kicks and fires, and that crosses over for strike 1. So both teams now with their first base hits of the contest. Rodas takes another step in his lead at first base. And no throw over, so he could get off a little more if he wanted to. This pitch misses inside for a ball. And Ben Taxtell now even the count at 1-1. He takes a look over his third base coach. Kept from the stretch, and he'll kick and fire home again inside. The count now at 2 balls and 1 strike. Take a look and see if St. Patrick is a threat to run at all. A 2-1 count now to Taxtall, and the pitch. A curveball does cross over the outside corner. A nice pitch there from Kep. Evens the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the payoff pitch as the runner takes off. The throw down to second base. And a nice attempt at the tag there by the second baseman, Arnold. But not able to, as the throw from Furley was to the left field side of second base. Arnold tried to grab the ball and turn his body and get the tag in quick and was not able to. So a stolen base here for Rodas. Meanwhile, it now is 2 down as DeLuca comes to bat. So there was a strikeout on the throw, not a double play though. Now with 2 outs, there is a runner at second base in the person of Kyle Rodas. So the first runner in scoring position tonight for the Irish. And kept trying to slam the door here on this late scoring attempt by the Irish. That pitch misses inside for a ball and low. And the count now climbs to 2 balls and no strikes. DeLuca is the designated hitter tonight. The Irish choosing to go with a designated hitter. The Bombers do not. They're just batting 9 men tonight. And Rodas did have 2 stolen bases by my count before tonight. Now he has 3. The 2-0 high and inside, and the count will climb now dangerously to 3 balls and no strikes. And we will see here if DeLuca, the designated hitter, gets the green light at 3-0. I'm going to bet he's going to be taking all the way, and he is. Right down the middle for strike 1. So now Dom DeLuca has seen a strike here from Kep. 3 balls and 1 strike with a runner on second base and 2 down. And the pitch. And a curveball, and it misses outside, so good eye there from DeLuca, and he earns a base on balls. And he will head down to first base. They'll bring Matt Ambrose to bat. Ambrose, the catcher, hitting at .276 on the season. And does have a chance now with a runner in scoring position. Rodas over there at second base and DeLuca at first. As the pressure ratcheting up just a tad here for Kep. Number 10, Matt Ambrose, will step into that right-handed batter's box. A good scoring opportunity here early on for the Irish. The first offering is low. Ambrose going old school, no batting gloves. Heading the count now at 1 ball and no strikes. Pitching from the stretch, here comes Kep, but he fires home. Took a little off that one, but still missed high. So Kep now with a couple runners on and some control. I wouldn't say necessarily issues, but he has given up a walk and now is up or down in the count at 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 offering after he takes a look back at second base, and that one does cross over the inside corner for strike 1. So now Matt Ambrose has seen a strike here from Kep. 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs here in the bottom half of inning number 2. You're watching this all on NSPN. Swing and a miss. As Ambrose a bit ahead of that offering from Kep, and now we'll go 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 down in the second inning. 2s all around. As the time is called, pardon me, home plate umpire Matt Kordick will step out, make sure that time is granted. And we'll step back in now as we are ready here for the 2-2 offering. Kept trying to get out of the inning unscathed. And the left-hander will rock and fire and gets the strikeout. A nice job there by Kep as he battles back and induces the strikeout swinging. That's his 3rd strikeout here, dealing with that big left-hander there on the mound. After 1 hit and 2 left on, again, our score remains after 2 in the books. It is still 0-0 here, and you're watching this all on NeighborhoodSportsNetwork.tv. We'll be right back in just a few moments for inning number 3.
Join our team while supporting yours. The all-new Neighborhood Sports Network, NSPN.tv, is looking for camera operators and broadcasters for our live game streams. The atmosphere of sporting events can't be beat. Be a part of the action with flexible scheduling and guaranteed game rate pay. If you're a student or adult looking for an opening into the world of sports media, or to just make a little extra cash, send us an email at jobs@nspn.tv. Welcome to the neighborhood.
You want to just come and take a look?
It is in the XLR is into the mixture, right?
And welcome back here to Bell Field as we go to the top half of the 3rd inning. Still no score. Both teams do have 1 hit each. And Levi Arnold now will come to bat. This ball is lifted into center field. A nice running catch here by Ben Taxtall puts it away for out number 1.
Now batting the right fielder, number 5, Hunter Hagenmiller.
And now the number 9 man in the order here, Hunter Hagenmiller, will come to bat with his first at bat here in tonight's contest versus Dank. Dank, the right-hander, wastes no time as he fires home and gets the first pitch strike. One down here in this third inning, the 0-1 pitch, a swing and a miss, as the count quickly now to no balls and 2 strikes. And the next pitch is outside for a ball, so it was Levi Arnold, the second baseman, a first pitch swinging fly out to the center fielder. And now the 1-2, and again, they swing and a miss as strike 3, the third strikeout, as Dank is matching Kep now, strikeout for strikeout. And all 6 of these strikeouts between the 2 pitchers have been swinging. So the batters on both sides are aggressive, just not able to catch up maybe to the speed of the pitchers tonight. First pitch now to Furley, and Furley, his second at bat of the contest, he did strike out. He's 0 for 1 back in the first inning. And that pitch crosses over for a strike. Here we're in the top of the third inning, now 2 down. And 2 strikes now, a ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff man, Furley, as the Bombers have turned over their lineup for the first time tonight. Pitch is high as Ambrose was set up outside, trying to get the outside corner or maybe get Furley to chase something. He again is setting up outside and not able to hit the outside corner. I believe the count now is full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the full count offering is over for strike 3. Furley did not like that call. It might have been a bit inside, or it might have hit the black edge of the plate there on the inside corner. And that will be a 1-2-3 inning, and the first strikeout looking here by this Bombers offense. 2.5 in the books here. Again, no runs, no hits, and nobody left as we move on to the bottom half of the third inning. Our score remains 0-0 here on Prep Spotlight, or here on NSPN.TV. Now it's frozen.
Camera's frozen?
Yeah.
Okay. Over here.
And welcome back here, the top half of inning number 3. I'm sorry, the bottom half of inning number 3. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty there. The camera did freeze, but we are back and ready to roll with the third inning. And leading things off here offensively for St. Patrick, it will be the number 9 hitter, Jack Taxtall. And then the top of the order, Bromer, and then Fregis. No runs and 1 hit for the Irish, and no runs on 1 hit for the Bombers here. We're still early going in tonight's contest. And Kep did pitch out of a jam in the bottom half of the second inning as the Irish got 2 runners on with 2 down. He did induce his third strikeout of the contest. And Jack Taxtall, the right fielder, will get his first at bat of the contest. Again, no score. Taxtall The big right-handed batter's box lifts this one into right field. Coming on is Hagenmiller. And Hagenmiller will put it away. 1 pitch and 1 out. An efficient inning so far here for Kep.
That's a North Star Recreation fly ball.
And the fly out to the right fielder, and there is now 1 down. As the Irish will flip over their batting order and bring Cal Bromer, to bat. Bromer 0 for 1. He flew out in the first inning. And kept back to work into the windup and the pitch. Freezes him for strike 1. So a little bit of sunlight still as the sun not quite behind those trees out in left field. An overcast evening nonetheless. So not really any shadows on the field to speak of. The next offering, the 0-1 offering, misses wildly outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. So everyone on this Irish batting order has a chance to see Kep tonight. With only 1 hit through the first time through the order. Here's a ground ball over to Arnold at short. He up with it and bobbles it, tries to get the throw off and cannot. As it may have took a bad hop or hit him on the heel of the glove. But Hunter Arnold not able to field that ball cleanly. And we'll see what the official score gives them. I'm going to assume it's going to be an error. And it is. So that is E6 as Bromer reaches first base. And Fregis now with a man on is also 0 for 1 today. He struck out back in the first inning. With 1 down, though, and a runner on, has a chance to move Bremer along. And a ground ball. Here's another chance for Arnold. And again, Arnold trying to throw the ball before he had cleanly fielded it. It was a bit of a slow roller to the shortstop, and so I believe he was trying to decide should he try for 2 at second base or just take the easy out at first. And that extra thought is probably what caused him to bobble the ground ball off the bat of Jack Fregis. So 2 errors here back to back, and that puts a runner in scoring position and brings up brother Ryan Fregis. Fregis, the number 3 man in the order, again with the power. He's got 4 home runs on the season, does lead the team in RBIs. Clutch hit here would lead to an RBI. A nice curveball there from Kep as that crosses over the outside corner. So back to back errors here, and again the pressure ratcheting up just a bit on Kep. We'll see how he can battle back versus Fregis. The runner takes off for third base, a swing and a miss. And it might have been a hit and run, but a swing and miss, and both runners do advance. Bromer to third base and Fregis now to second. Brian Fregis did swing through that pitch, and so they will count will go to no balls and 2 strikes. But more importantly here for the Irish, they have runners now in scoring position, 2 runners. And looking for that clutch hit here from Ryan Fregis, their number 3 man in the order. And the 0-2, and that gets away from the catcher. There's going to be a play at the plate. The throw home, and safe is the call at home plate. Safe at home as Bromer comes streaking down the ball, bounced right off the backstop, right back to Furley, the catcher, as he threw home and just a bit tardy on the throw. And we now have our first run of the night's contest. St. Patrick on the board. So a tough inning here for the Bombers, as back-to-back errors and then a wild pitch has now led to the first run of tonight's contest. And also there is a runner at third base here for Fregis, and that pitch is inside. You can see the frustration there in the body language of Furley, the catcher. And now the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. The scoreboard not correct, if you can see that. I don't believe you can in your picture, but it's 2 balls and 2 strikes according to our home plate umpire. The runners are playing up, and that pitch crosses over the outside corner for strike 3. A big strikeout there for Kep, as Fregis, you can tell, not happy with that call.
Now batting for the Irish, first baseman number 7, Seth Ambrose.
And he will walk back, takes his helmet off, and will walk back to the dugout. So a strikeout looking for Fregis, and now Ambrose comes to bat again with the runner at third base, and 2 down now. And that curveball crosses over. Looked like it was a bit inside, but a strike is called, and Ambrose thought the same thing as he backed out of the right-handed batter's box. 1-0 is our score here. The 0-1 swung on and missed. Ambrose dancing around. Ambrose is 1 for 1 tonight. He's got the only single in the lineup here for the Irish. And the 0-2 offering now to the cleanup man. The pitch inside for ball 1. So a ball and 2 strikes to Seth Ambrose. Looking for a timely hit here for this Irish offense. With Jack Fregis over there at third base, he would be the second run of the contest, and here is a foul ball. So a bit of a wild inning here. We've had 2 errors by the shortstop and a wild pitch, which has led to the only run of tonight's contest here thus far. A lot of ball game to be played, though, as we are only in the bottom half of inning number 3. The 1-2 now from Kep as he is in the windup. The kick, and he throws home and just under the elbow of the batter, Seth Ambrose. Inside for ball 2. So the 2-2 pitch now as Kep gets the count here from the umpire. Now he'll lean in, take a look home. The 2-2 offering here with 2 down, a swing and a miss. And dropping the third strike, or was it a foul ball? Looking for the call here from our home plate umpire. It was a drop third strike, and Furley will throw down to first base, and that will be a strikeout and out number 3. So a swinging strikeout, drop third strike. Ambrose goes down swinging. And so that will be the 5th strikeout of the contest here for Kep. And when we come back, we will have the top half of inning number 4 here from Bell Field in Faribault, Minnesota. And you're watching this all on NeighborhoodSportsNetwork.tv.
Fast and flexible care. Count on the urgency room for expert medical care when you need it most. Visit us in person. Broken bone, chest pain? We're in Eagan, Vadnais Heights, or Woodbury. Online care. Sinus infection? Strep throat? We offer easy online care. Major to minor, we can provide the level of care you need. Visit urgencyroom.com. Mobile check-in now available.
And welcome back here to Bell Field, and welcome to the Neighborhood Sports Network, as we are bringing you live action of the 99th State Amateur Baseball Tournament. And we're here in Faribault, Minnesota. Our score 1-0 after 3 innings. And this ball is fouled back and out of play. Leading things off here in the top half of inning number 4, we've got Drew Johnson. Johnson is 0 for 1. He grounded out the little dribbler out front of the catcher back in the first inning. He is ahead in the count, though, at 2 balls and 1 strike, as he is facing the pitcher, Dank. Colin Dank cruising right along here. He's got 5 strikeouts as well. Both pitchers having 5 strikeouts in tonight's contest. The 3-1 offering, a ground ball to the second baseman, Bromer. Up with it, a strong throw, and a nice play over there at first base by Seth Ambrose for out number 1. So good range by Bromer at second base, and he throws out the fast-running Johnson. 4-3 is our official score, and that'll bring the pitcher Alex Kep up to bat. Kep, the only single in tonight's contest, as it's pitcher versus pitcher here. Kep can help his own side out here. First pitch swing again, and this is going to go to the first baseman. Tosses over to Dank. A race for first base is won by Dank. As Colin Dank just a couple of steps faster than Kep, and he beats him to first base. And they're quickly 2 down. So 3-1 on that ground ball. And Austin Hadley will come to bat. Hadley 0 for 1. He grounded out in the first inning. Grounded out to Bromer. And Dank quickly to work. And another ground ball to the right side of the infield. Past Dank, fielded by the second baseman, Bromer. A nifty toss over to first, and just like that, 1-2-3. 3 ground balls to the right side of the inning, and 3 outs. No runs, no hits, and no errors. It was a 1-2-3 inning. And the right side of the infield hogging all the outs, as that was 4-3 on the official score. We'll keep it here for the in between the bottom of the top and bottom of the 4th inning. Take a look at how these teams got here. Last Saturday, on August 20th, in the 11 a.m. game, the Urbank Bombers defeated the Fairmont Marlins by a score of 4-3 to punch their ticket to this weekend. And it was the St. Patrick Irish who had a bye in the first round of the tournament and automatically played in tonight's game. Again, that is why we did the introductions of tonight's game, because the Irish, this is their first time playing here in the 2022 Class C baseball state tournament. Again, we thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Any way you are making it part of your viewership tonight. The winner of tonight's contest will be playing next Saturday, and they will be taking on the winner of the contest between the Avon Lakers and the St. Marlin Marlins. The Lakers and Marlins are playing tonight at 7 p.m. tomorrow night at 7 p.m. here at Faribault, right on this very field, right on Bell Field. And that will be game number 25 of this tournament. And so the winner of tonight's game and the winner of tomorrow night's game will face each other. That'll be next Saturday, September 3rd at 4:30 p.m. And the tournament will move to Dundas, and that will be game number 40. There will be 47 games total here in this Class C state tournament. In the 99th tournament here, next year, the big year, the 100th anniversary. And we head to the bottom half of inning number 4. Leading things off for the Irish will be Kyle Rodas, followed by on deck, Ben Taxdall. And then in the hole will be the designated hitter, Dom DeLuca. Rodas reached on a fielder's choice back in the second inning. And he did steal second base, if you recall. And here is Kep. And the first offering in the 4th inning, an excuse me swing over to the second baseman, Arnold. He's up with it. And a bad throw over to first base. That is why you've always got to hustle. You saw Rodas. It was an excuse me swing, almost like a bunt over to the second baseman. He flipped his bat in disgust as he trotted down the first base line. But Arnold over there at second base with a low throw, and Thane's not able to dig it out. And that will be reaching safely as Rodas to start the bottom half of the 4th inning. And that will be an error on Arnold over at second base. So the middle infield having a bit of a tough time, but they will get things worked out between them. And so Brodus over at first base, and now it is Ben Taxtall. Taxtall struck out back in the second inning. 0 for 1, and he is down on the count now, no balls and a strike. The runner takes off for second base. The throw down to second. Again to the left field side of second base, and reaching second base on the stolen base again is Kyle Rodas. Rodas, the speedster on the base paths tonight, now with his second stolen base. And the count, though, to Taxtall is no balls and 2 strikes. Rodas, though, in scoring position here with no outs in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Dank with a long look, or Kep with a long look into the catcher to get the sign, and now he rocks and fires a ground ball smash past the third baseman Hadley and into left field. And coming around to score the second run of the contest here for the Irish is Rodas. So a hot smash double down the third base line from Taxtall, and he will have an RBI, and most importantly for the Irish, run number 2 tonight. And that is why they call it the hot corner, ladies and gentlemen, over there at third base. Hadley dove for it. It was just passing before he could almost react. And so scoring on the play is Rodas. Taxtall to second base with a double. And the pitch. Swung on and missed as Kep trying to battle back now versus DeLuca. And he starts off now at no balls and 1 strike. So the second hit of the contest has led to the second run of the evening. And the 0-1 pitch, and this gets away from Furley, and hustling down to third base goes Taxtall. As the Irish again threatening, and there are still no outs here in this 4th inning. DeLuca with a chance to do some damage here, even in the count at 1 ball now and 1 strike. As the ball gets away from Furley. That one did not bounce off the backstop like the first one did. And the 1-1. This is lifted in the air. It's not going to be deep enough. It's actually on the infield. And making a nice catch there is Arnold over at second base. And now there is 1 down.
Number 10, the catcher, Matt Ambrose.
So a fly out to the second baseman for our first out. And that will bring Matt Ambrose to bat. Ambrose 0 for 1. He struck out in the second inning. And my apologies to Kep. He actually has 6 strikeouts. I missed one earlier in the second inning when I did my tally. So 6 strikeouts for Kep. He could use another one here with the runner there at third base in the person of Ben Taxtall. And a nice off-speed pitch there as Ambrose way ahead of that one. No balls and 1 strike now to the number 8 man in the order here, Matt Ambrose. Kept from the stretch. And the pitch. And inside, almost hit the left shoulder of Matt Ambrose. He got out of the way just in time. Infield is playing in defensively here for the Bombers. Trying to keep this within range here. It's just 2-0. We're in the 4th inning. And swing and a miss. A nice pitch on the outside there by Kep. The count now to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, Kep could really use a strikeout here or maybe a pop-up on the infield again. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, and there is that strikeout that I just mentioned. And that will be the second strikeout of the contest here for Ambrose, but more importantly for Kep, it's out number 2. As Kep in this Bomber defense trying to get out with only 1 run across in this inning here, the 4th inning. The number 9 batter, Jack Taxtall, will come to bat and try to bring his brother Ben in from third base. That pitch is outside from Kep. Taxtall flew out in the top half, or the bottom half of inning number 3. Flew out to the right fielder. Looking for another clutch hit here for the Irish. Missing outside again. 2 balls and no strikes. This is the number 9 man in the order. The second time through the order here for the Irish. They've got 2 hits and 2 runs. And the 2-0. And this ball is blooped over to the second baseman. A diving attempt not made by Arnold. It will scoot past him into right field. And coming in to score will be Taxtall. So the Taxtall brothers with some good family work here, and that will make the score now 3-0.
At the plate for the Irish, number 3, second baseman Cal Bromer.
So Jack Taxtall gets credit with a bloop single, and he will also have an RBI. And that'll bring Bromer to bat, the leadoff man, as we flip the order over one more time. A runner takes off for second base. The throw down to second is not in time. Swiping second base is Jack Taxtall. So he's got a single and a stolen base and an RBI, a big inning here for the Taxtall family. Our score 3-0 here in favor of the Irish. The Irish considered the home team here in this tournament, or in this game, I should say, of the tournament. The count 1-0 now to Cal Bromer. And the pitch, and a ground ball, and coming over is Arnold. He picks it up and throws to first, not in time. Hustling down the line the whole way was Bromer. That was a tough play for Arnold, as he had to range very far to his left. It was a bang-bang play over at first base, but Bromer reaches safely, an infield single. And this has been a tough night for the middle infield of this Bomber defense. Taxtall over to third base on the infield single. And Bromer now at first, so runners at the corners. 2 down here for Jack Fregis. And the runner will take off for second base. Swiping second is Cal Bromer. No throw by the catcher. What that does, though, it takes away the force at second base. So now instead of a force at second and first, there's just the force at first base. And more importantly for the Irish, 2 runners in scoring position. We'll see if Jack Fregis can come up with a key base hit. Swing and a miss. Kept still battling up there. Good off-speed pitch, fooled Fregis. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now they score 3-0. And there's a big difference between being down 3-0 and 4 or 5-0. That's on the mind as Kep as he goes to work here on the mound. And that pitch is fouled back and out of play. There's just something psychologically about being down and able to tie or go ahead with the 1 swing of the bat when you're up offensively. So Kep trying to keep the Bombers in it. He's ahead in the count now at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and Kep battles back and gets the strikeout. He pumps his fist into his glove. So 2 runs come across here on 3 hits, and there was a lot of tough plays in that second base position there for Arnold. A strikeout, though, for Kep. And for Kep, that would be his 8th strikeout of the contest. But 2 runs do come across, and so after 4 complete, our score now 3-0 in favor of the St. Patrick Irish. We'll be right back here on NSPN.TV.
All season long, you've gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball and our hometowns. And on September 10th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Guardians at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the champions will be honored in a ceremony at Town Ball Tavern, and all Town Ballers will be invited down to the field for a special pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
Field Scallon back, has it measured. That's it! Air Freight Unlimited, your Class A state champions.
For tickets to the Minnesota Twins Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 10th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Moving right along here into the 5th inning, as Dank wasting no time on the mound. And the count now full at 3-2. Welcome back here to our live broadcast at Belfield. My name is Phil McLaughlin. Greg Wilford is on the camera tonight, bringing you excellent shots all evening long. And the full count offering is grounded over to in between first and second base. A beautiful single there off the bat of Hunter Arnold. Arnold now 1 for 2. And that was a key hit there for this Bomber offense after 2 tough innings. And being shut down 1, 2, 3 in the last 3 innings here for this Bomber offense. So their first runner on, second hit of the contest, and that was right between the second baseman and first baseman. And now batting is Jake Thennies, and he pops it up. Good hustle there by Ambrose, the catcher, but not able to make the play. So Hunter Arnold, again, if you remember back in the 4th inning, all 3 balls that were put in play were to the right side of the infield. Hunter Arnold does the same thing here in the 5th inning, but right between that hole between the second baseman and the first baseman, kind of in no man's land defensively for the Irish. Squaring around to bunt, now a throw down to first base. Got him over at first base. A nice throw there by Ambrose. Matt Ambrose gets his man as Matt to Seth on the Ambrose connection. And that will go down as the first out, and nice play there by the catcher and first baseman. And that is a huge play defensively for this Irish defense, as that nullifies the leadoff single. Thanes was squaring around to bunt, did not get the bunt attempt down, and a quick throw gets the runner. Now here is a ground ball. It's going to be a tough play. And throwing over to first base in time. Jack Freitas looking like a professional shortstop out there. He had to get out of the way of his brother Freitas coming in from third base. He fielded it cleanly. And in all-in-one motion, fielded it, transferred the ball from his glove to his throwing hand, and gets his man by a step. A great 2 back-to-back great plays defensively here by this Irish defense. And there are 2 down. And again, Dank working quickly on the mound. He's got great defense behind him. 6 strikeouts tonight, but another nice play there by Jack Freitas at shortstop. The count now at 1-0 here to Glebe. Swinging through that, it'll be a 1-ball, 1-strike count. And the 1-1 offering. This is grounded over to the second baseman. Bromer up with it to first in time for out number 3. But some great plays defensively by the infield behind Colin Dank. There was the 1 hit to start off the inning, and that was Hunter Arnold. Hunter Arnold was left out to dry, could not get back to first base on the snap throw from Ambrose. That was the first out. And then Jack Freitas hustling in on a slow-rolling ground ball. It was going to be a tough play. You knew it by the way it was hit off the bat. And Freitas came in, fielded it in one motion, exchanged the ball to his throwing hand, and threw out Thanes by a step over at first base. So a real treat there to watch this Irish defense work. And that was after putting up 3 runs, 1 in the 3rd inning and 2 in the 4th. As we will head to the bottom half of inning number 5. You're watching this all this live coverage here on neighborhoodsportsnetwork.tv. We'll stay here and give you a shot of the atmosphere here at Bell Field as we continue our live coverage, and you can see dads and sons and family members, grandpas and uncles, everybody out here on the field making the grounds look beautiful as they have all night. A beautiful stadium here, Bell Field. This is my first time out at Bell Field here in Faribault, Minnesota. A real gem of a stadium. And no wonder they're hosting the Class C Amateur State Tournament here in 2022. And as we look back to 2021, the state tournaments brought in over 20,000 spectators in the 3 weeks of amateur baseball state tournament, and that set a modern day record for attendance. We hadn't seen attendance like that since back in the 50s, back before the Minnesota Twins came to town and started taking away some fans from town ball baseball. And if you remember, last year was the first year of town ball baseball, I guess the second tournament after the COVID pandemic. But it was great to see that we were able to break records in attendance last year over the Class A, B, and C tournaments. Again, over 20,000 spectators. And we are starting off strong here in 2022. A great weekend of baseball last weekend and continuing on here tonight. Friday night baseball. Town ball baseball. Again, if you turn into national baseball news, some of the big networks, they'll tell you that baseball is in trouble, that baseball is too slow, and that we need to speed the game up. Well, I'd like to have some of those talking heads come out to a town ball game and see just how fast the pitchers go. There's no need for a pitch clock here in town ball baseball, as Kep and Dank have both showed us tonight, and their battery mates, their catchers as well. And not much time to get stories in between pitches or even in between at bats. So if you were a big fan of the great and late great Vince Scully, you would not be able to get a lot of stories out of him if he was doing a town ball game. But the game does move right along as we are in the bottom half of inning number 5 and just past an hour into tonight's contest. First pitch was at 7:31. The time is now 8:36. And our count now to Ryan Fregis is at no balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch from Kep. This is lifted into right field. This is going to be a tough play. Coming on, and not able to make the catch is Hagenmiller. They throw into second base, though not in time. A nice effort there by Hagenmiller and also by Arnold coming over from second base, as that one really hit into no man's land right down the line. And they'll fall in for a double. And so Ryan Fregis, after going 0 for 2, starts off the 5th inning with a 2-bagger. 5th hit of the contest tonight for this Irish offense, as they have really woken up here in the last couple of innings. Pressure back on to Kep. Again, a runner in scoring position and no outs. And this ball lifted up. This will be staying on the infield. And at shortstop, brother Arnold, Hunter Arnold, secures the catch for out number 1. So nice catch there by Hunter Arnold. And they'll bring Kyle Rodas to bat. Now, Rodas has been on base twice. He scored back in the 4th inning. He also has 2 stolen bases. So if he gets on, you're going to want to throw over to first base 2, 3, 4 times at least to keep him honest. 1 down. Again, the infield playing back. Or actually even with the bag at first and even with the bag at third. Not sure if Rodas has many bunts on the season. Batting in the 5th spot in the order, who probably has not been asked to bunt that often. He reached on a fielder's choice in the second inning and stole second base. Reached again in the fourth inning and stole second. Again, that was the error by the second baseman on the throw. He stole second and came around to score. The 1-0 offering now from Kep, and this ball is grounded down the third base line, but foul. And count will go to 1 ball and 1 strike. So after a leadoff double here by Ryan Fregis, he's over at second base in scoring position. Our score 3-0 here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Halfway through tonight's contest. Kept trying to keep it within striking distance. And the pitch as the runner takes off for third base. Throw down is not in time. Our field umpire will call Fregis safe. Mike Kaufman coming over from in front of second base and waves his arms out, gives the safe sign. And so Ryan Fregis now steals a base. It's 3 stolen bases here on Kep and Furley. I thought the throw got there before the runner did, but I guess the tag was not applied in time. Meanwhile, the count will go to 1 ball and 2 strikes to Rodas. Infield will play in at the grass. Swing and a miss on a good battle back pitch by Kep, and he gets his man. So Rodas will not reach base for the 3rd time tonight. And more importantly, that will be out number 2. Another strikeout here dealt by Kep. That's his 9th here through 4 2/3. Again, it's Fregis over there at third base, and this is Ben Taxtall. He looks at a first pitch offering, crossing over home plate for a strike. He doubled and had an RBI back in the 4th inning. And swinging through that pitch now at no balls and 2 strikes. You can tell that Ben was not real happy with himself with that result of that swing. Alex Kep now trying to battle back and keep the damage only at 3-0, keeping his team in the ball game. And the pitch and swung on and missed for strike 3. The 10th strikeout of the evening for Mr. Kep. And so the leadoff double does not cause any undue problems here for the defense by the Bombers to keep the score at 3-0. We've got 5 in the books. When we come back, we'll go to the 6th inning, and you're watching live coverage here of the 98th State Amateur Baseball Tournament. You're watching it all on NeighborhoodSportsNetwork.tv.
Star Tribune covers high school sports as passionately as you live them. Don't miss a beat on the games you love. Check out Star Tribune all day, every day for the latest prep news, scores, and so much more.
And welcome back here to Bell Field as we move to the top half of the 6th inning. Speaking of the late, great Vince Scully, in the previous inning, a tip of the cap here to Mr. Scully as he signed off his final broadcast and passed here earlier this month. And as a baseball announcer here, just remember him. Also, just wanted to point out on this date in Major League Baseball history, back in 1939 at Ebbets Field, that was the site of the first telecast of a Major League Baseball game. The Reds played the Dodgers in a doubleheader, and Red Barber handled the broadcast over the W2XBS network. Dodgers won the first game 6-2, and the Reds the second game 5-1. Swinging through and fouling that off, and getting the second strike here is Levi Arnold. And that was the first telecast of a Major League Baseball game on August 26th back in 1939. It was at Ebbets Field again. Red Barber doing the broadcast. Barber then mentored Vince Scully on the great broadcast by the Dodgers. Missing outside. I'll run the count now to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count pitch. Does cross over for strike 3. So another strikeout here for Dank. Arnold goes down swinging. He is the first out of the 6th inning. One down, and that'll bring Hunter Hagenmiller to bat. Struck out back in the 3rd inning. He's 0 for 1. Swinging and missing at the first offering. Back in 1898, Cleveland played its final home game of the season, and that was only their 4th home game at League Park since July 9th. This ball is lined but foul. Cleveland that year in 1898 played 83 of its final 87 games on the road. That was back when they were the Spiders, and that earned them nicknames such as the Nomads, the Exiles, the Misfits, and the Wanderers. Again, that was on this date back in 1898 in Major League Baseball. The 1-1 pitch crosses over for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts here on the right arm of Colin Dank as he gets the number 8 and number 9 man in the order.
The pitcher number 1, Matt Furley.
6th and 7th strikeouts here of the contest tonight for Dank. And Matt Furley, the leadoff man, will come to bat for the 3rd time tonight. He is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, 1 swinging and 1 looking. And he is looking to avoid the sombrero here. And now coming out to have a word on the mound for the Irish. I believe that is Dave Redman, assistant coach here for the Irish. Not sure if Colin had any issues with the arm after the delivery, or now coming out and having a word is our home plate umpire, Matt Kordick. So the conference on the mound will continue, and I'll go back to this date in Major League Baseball history. Back in 1961 on August 26th, Roger Maris hit his 51st homer of the year against the Kansas City Athletics. 51 homers were the most ever by a Major League Baseball player at this point in the season. And if you contrast to today's game, Aaron Judge, coming into action tonight, has hit 48 home runs this season. Again, if you remember, in 1961, that was the magical 61 in 61, as Roger Maris broke Babe Ruth's record of 60 home runs, hitting his 61st. And that record stood until 1998. And we'll get into that at another date. Back on the mound now, Colin Dank. He's ready. He is behind in the count at 1 ball and no strikes. The leadoff hitter, Matt Furley. Swinging and missing. As Dank again working quickly on the mound. Now the count 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 down here in the top half of the 6th inning. Coming up between innings, we'll have a look at the scoreboard. And that crosses over for strike 2. A look at the scoreboard here in amateur baseball here in the state tournament. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to the leadoff man, as Furley looking to avoid 3 strikeouts on the evening. Fouls that one off to stay alive. No runs on 2 hits, but 3 costly errors for the Bombers. 3 runs on 5 hits and no errors for the Irish so far in tonight's contest. And the 2-2 offering just off the outside corner. A couple of fans in the stands thought that might have been strike 3, but we will go to a full count now to the leadoff batter, Matt Furley. And the pitch. And that almost hit the batter as Furley will hustle down to first base on the first walk of the evening issued here by Dank.
Next up for the Bombers, 14, left fielder Drew Johnson.
And that is only the third base runner of tonight's contest here for the Bomber offense. Drew Johnson will step in. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice, looking for his first hit of the contest. First pitch is outside. No balls, or 1 ball and no strikes. Drew Johnson came in tonight hitting .361. That'll drop now to the 0 for 2. Swinging through a nice pitch there from Dank. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Dank will take a look over at the base runner at first base. Again, only the third base runner he has faced tonight. And checking his swing, the appeal down to the field umpire, no sir. That will be a ball, so we'll go to 2 balls and a strike. Nice job by the umpiring crew tonight. A lot of good calls and quick decisions made by both Matt Kordick and Mike Kaufman. A big thanks to them for coming out and umpiring this game. Swinging through for strike 2 here is Johnson. And now Dank in control here, trying to get the last out of the inning. And the 2-2 now from the big right-hander, swung on and fouled back. It looked like a hit and run was on, as heading out to second base was Matt Furley. We'll trot back to first base, and we'll do the 2-2 all over again. Paul Molitor went 0 for 4 on this date back in 1987 in a 1-0 Milwaukee win over Cleveland. That ended his hitting streak at 39 consecutive games, which was the largest hitting streak. And that ball is grounded back past the pitcher. Tough play here for the shortstop, and getting his man, though, is Jack Fregis, and a nice, strong throw. And that will be out number 3 again to finish the story. 39 games consecutively hit his streak by Paul Molitor did end back on this date in 1987, the longest since Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hit streak in 1941. A streak that I believe will never, ever be matched. Taking a look at the scoreboard here in the 6th inning, Miesville has a lead over Anoka by a score of 3-0. And it looks like a pitcher's duel in the 6th inning. Red Wing leads Watkins by a score of 1-0. As we head over to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Again, no runs on 2 hits and 3 errors for the Bombers. 3 runs on 5 hits and no errors for the Irish. Leading things off for this dangerous Irish offense will be Dom DeLuca, followed by Matt Ambrose and then Jack Taxtall. So it will be 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the order in the bottom half of inning number 6. Taking a look today at Major League Baseball birthdays here again on August 26th. Dave Price, the pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers, turns 37 today. He has an overall record of 156 wins and 82 losses, and an ERA of 3.18 in 14 Major League Baseball seasons. Also, if you remember the former Twin Darren Mastriani, he also turns 37 today. Former Twin, I believe he is either in minor leagues or not in baseball at the moment. As we head again to the bottom half of the 6th inning. And it'll be Kep on the mound, still the left-hander. He's given up those 3 runs on the 5 hits. But not sure how many of those were earned after the costly errors defensively. But a lot of ball game here yet to play as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Dom DeLuca officially 0 for 1. He walked in the second and grounded out in the fourth. The Bomber defense looking for a 1-2-3 inning. And the first pitch of the bottom half of the sixth inning is swung on and fouled back by DeLuca. Again, the Irish offense and going with the designated hitter tonight, batting Dom DeLuca for the pitcher, Colin Dank. And the 0-1 offering to DeLuca. A curveball is fouled off again. No balls and 2 strikes. Again, it'll be DeLuca, Ambrose, and Taxtall if anyone were to reach Bromer. Bromer's been on base twice tonight in that leadoff spot. And the 0-2 pitch here coming from Kep. The windup and the pitch. This is crushed down the left field line, but foul. DeLuca a bit ahead of that offering. Kep is very deliberate into his windup as he reaches with the ball in his hand, in his glove. He goes over the head slowly and then into the windup. Again, DeLuca will face an 0-2 count. And the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner, but off the outside corner. You can tell that Furley wanted to fire down to third base after the strikeout, but it will go as a ball. 1-2 again. We thank you for tuning in to tonight's contest and for coming back to the Neighborhood Sports Network, where we are proud to bring you high school action as well as town ball baseball. Swing and a miss for strike 3 as Kep gets his man. Kep may be down 3-0 in the ball game. But that is his 11th strikeout as he is into double digits again on the mound. 1 down now as Matt Ambrose steps in. Ambrose 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Looking to get on base any way he can, and at least make contact fairly. And the pitch. Curveball kind of came out of Kep's hand awkwardly. It'll go high for a ball. 1-0. And the 1-0 offering now from Kep as he battles against Matt Ambrose. Induces a strike, 1-1. The 1-1 offering now to the opposing catcher. And the pitch. This is lifted high in the air, but foul. Count will go to 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 now to the number 8 man in the order. And this ball is hammered into center field for a single. Smoking off the bat of Matt Ambrose. And after striking out twice, he makes solid contact back up the middle for a single. And I'll bring Jack Taxtall to the plate. 1 down with the runner on. Taxtall singled back in the 4th inning. He also had an RBI and a stolen base. And now we'll have a courtesy runner here for the catcher, Matt Ambrose. And that is number 17. For the Irish, Nate Clear.
Pitch running for the Irish, number 17,
Nate Clare. As Clare will take over running here for Matt Ambrose. You'll see that often here in town ball. And taking off for second base right away. The throw down to second base is in time for an out. So Clare, coming a little bit cold off the bench, takes off on the first pitch, and he is out at second base on the stolen base attempt. So that is the second out here of the inning. The count now, not quite sure. I what the call was on the pitch to Taxtall. Kep will go back to work and fires home. That's a strike. So right after we could get the courtesy runner's name onto our broadcast, he is thrown out at second base for the second out of this inning. Klepp now trying to go back into the third base dugout, only down by 3. That is swung on and fouled out of play. I believe the count now is at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And speaking of your Minnesota Twins, they're up 8-0 at home versus the Giants tonight. Swung on and missed for strike 3 as Klepp gets another strikeout. And going down 1-2-3, but in a weird way. That is out number 3. And we've got 6 in the books. Our score still 3-0 in favor of the St. Patrick Irish over the Urbank Bombers. And we'll be back here for inning number 7. You're watching live coverage of the 2022 Class C Baseball State Tournament action. And you're watching it here on NSPN.TV.
You should feel good about where you and your money are headed. We can help you build a better relationship with your money, starting with our free Simply Better checking account. When you open an account, you'll also receive a free gift. Get started today. Think Bank. Meet your money.
Such news! It's everything I ever wanted.
We are 2/3 of the way through tonight's contest. Our score still 3-0 in favor of St. Patrick. Moving to the top half of the 7th inning and leading things off will be Alex Kep. And that was a hit the deck pitch there. Kep is okay. He'll dust off the batting gloves. He can help his cause out here. Again, this is pitcher versus pitcher. That is a strike, though, to Kep. No balls and 1 strike as the left-hander will face Dank. Swinging through that off-speed pitch for strike 2. Kep is 1 for 2. Again, he singled back in the first inning and grounded out in the race to the bag. That was back in inning number 4 between him and Dank just had a step in front of him. The ground ball over to the first baseman, Ambrose. He picked it up and tossed it to a streaking Colin Dank. He won the foot race over to first base. Count now at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, no runs on 2 hits and 3 errors for this offense. And this ball is grounded over to Fregis. He's up with it. Throw across the diamond is not in time, and it gets away from Ambrose. Kep will reach second base safely. Backing up on the play is Matt Ambrose. Keeps it only to a 1-base overthrow. But a good jump start to the offense here as Kep reaches base for the 2nd time tonight. And we'll see what the official score is there. Looks like that will be an infield single. So 2 for 3 on the night, as Kep really is helping himself out here at the dish. Austin Hadley will come to bat. Hadley has grounded out to the second baseman twice. He's 0 for 2. The throw back, not in time. A nice heads-up play. Almost got Kep over there at second base. Spin around throw by Dank over to Jack Fregis is just tardy, just by a millisecond. Austin Hadley now 0 for 2. Swings out a little grounder to short. Fregis up with it. Over to first, and again the first baseman, Ambrose, having a hard time catching that one cleanly. And that should be an error on the first baseman, as that ball hit him in the glove, not able to secure the catch and the putout over at first base. And just like that, there is life breathed into the Bomber offense. They've got runners at the corners and no outs. So an error charged on the play. Hadley reaches safely. Going to third base is Kep. No outs. And this is the biggest scoring threat here so far. I believe it is the first runner to reach third base for the Bombers tonight versus Dank. We'll see how Colin Dank will respond. Hunter Arnold now he's got the other hit. He squares around a bunt and fouls that one back. Hunter Arnold, 1 for 2, struck out in the second, singled in the fifth. If you remember, he did not get the bunt attempt down, and there was a pickoff play to get the single, and I'm sorry, he was the one that was picked off at first base. This ball is lifted out of play, foul, and that'll bring the count now to no balls and 2 strikes. So Dank trying to battle back and get the first out of the inning. We've got runners on the corners, and the person of Alex Kep at third base and Austin Hadley over at first. Dank from the stretch, the big leg kick, and he fires home and just a bit outside and high. 1 ball now and 2 strikes. Hunter Arnold, the number 5 man in the orders, got some good power. And the 1-2 pitch from Dank, taken high for a ball. Evens the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hadley over there at first base. We'll see if he is running here on the 2-2 pitch, trying to avoid the double play. This ball is lined foul down the first base line and out of play. Sun has fully gone down now. The lights, the stadium lights here are shining bright. Two balls and 2 strikes and no outs here, and they're playing in the top half of inning number 7. And that one was close, but no strike called as we go to a full count here. Our home plate umpire said that missed, so we'll go to a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Again, Dank has only given up 1 walk so far this evening. He's had great control. And the pitch. And that says right down the middle. Yes, sir. A strikeout looking. Hunter Arnold will go down for out number 1. A good battle back at bat there for Dank. After the single and the error, comes back with a strikeout, and now Jake Thennis will come to bat. Thennis 0 for 2, struck out and grounded out. Again, runners on the corners, and that pitch just high, ball 1. Thennis back in the 5th inning was gunned down on a beautiful play out there by shortstop Jack Fregis. A bang-bang play at first base. The 1-0 from Dank misses outside for a ball, 2-0. Eight strikeouts on the evening so far for Dank. You could use a strikeout right here or a double play ball. The 2-0 offering, it's a hitter's count, and he swings away. This is fouled back and out of play over the first base dugout. Twelve strikeouts through 6 innings for his counterpart, Kep. Again, Kep over at third base as a base runner. He struck out 2 batters in every inning so far tonight. And this ball is grounded over to short. Fregis to second for 1 in time. But a run does come across here for the Bombers as they chip into the lead. And RBI fielder's choice. And our score is now 3-1 in favor of the Irish. So great job here. The timely RBI. Fielder's choice for Thanis. So Hadley is out at second base, but coming in to score and helping his cause out is Kep for the first run of the contest here for the Bombers. A nice play over there at second base by Bromer. He had to scoop that ball. The throw from the shortstop hit the dirt. The 0-1 pitch outside a ball. So there are two down and a runner at first base. Glebe swings and misses. And the count will go to 1-2. So the single that led off the inning, and Kep has come all the way around to score, and there is a strikeout. Frozen on the outside corner is Glebe, and he will go down for the third out here in the seventh inning. One run on one hit, and one runner left after 6.5 in the books. Our score now, we have a new score as the St. Patrick Irish lead 3-1 over the Urbank Bombers.
Stretch those legs and partake in one of the great traditions of America's pastime.
And now the seventh inning stretch, we'll keep it here for the seventh inning stretch. It'll take me out to the ball game. Hey, let's get some runs. That was the immortal Harry Carey, and that was just a recording. If you watched the Field of Dreams game a week or so ago, that was not a hologram of Harry Carey. That was just a recording of him doing the seventh inning stretch, take me out of the ball game. The Chicago Cubs do have a 2-1 lead over the Milwaukee Brewers. That's in the bottom half of the seventh inning from Milwaukee. And taking a look at the scoreboard now, it is 9-0 in the seventh inning in favor of Miesville. And still a pitcher's duel, 1-0 in the eighth, as Red Wing has a one-run lead over Watkins. Leading things off here is Cal Bromer, the second baseman. And the count now at 1-1 Cal has reached base twice, though he is 1 for 3. Single back in the fourth inning. He did score a run in the third. 2-1 is our count. Just a beautiful night for baseball here at Bell Field. Pitch right on the outside corner. You can tell Bromer did not like that call, just catching a little bit of the black on the side of the plate. And now the payoff pitch, swinging and fouling that off into left field, just out of reach of Johnson over in left field in foul territory. The count 2-2. Again, Miesville with that 9-0 lead over Anoka. Anoka, the home team, so they'll have last at bats. That's in the seventh. Red Wing, the home team, versus Watkins. They have a 1-0 lead in the eighth. And the 2-2 pitch coming now from Kep. And that one is outside. Runs the count now at 3-2, a full count It'll be Bromer and then Fregis, followed by Brother Fregis. And drawing a walk is Bromer, reaching base again for the third time tonight.
Next up in the air is shortstop number 11, Jack Fregis.
And Jack Fregis will come to bat. Jack did reach safely back in the third inning, and back-to-back errors by the shortstop, besides striking out twice. So 0 for 3 on the night, trying to get into the hit column. A throw over, not in time, is kept a little bit late on the pickoff attempt. And that means Bromer can probably take another step in his lead. And the pitch home is low for a ball. 1-0. Taking a look down at the third base coach is Jack Fregis. Now he'll step in that right-handed batter's box. The pitch. This is fought off and fouled. In the top half of the inning, it was the Bombers chipping into this lead here, getting that all-important first run. And bringing the lead back down to 2 for this Irish offense. 1-1 count now to Jack Fregis, and a ground ball foul. And we got a charge and error to the third base coach. So he got his hand on that one, couldn't field it cleanly. Count will go to 1 ball and 2 strikes as the home plate umpire Matt Kordick gets a couple more baseballs from the third base dugout. The 1-2 pitch as the runner takes off. It's a hit and run as this ball flared into right field. This is trouble. This is going to drop. And not able to get a throw to second base. Bromer on the hit and run took off. He was 5/6 the way to second base, over 3/4 of the way at least. When he realized that that ball might have been caught, good hustle by Hagenmiller, trying to get to it, was not able to catch the ball. But that time, Bromer had put on the brakes and started running back to first base, realized the ball was going to fall in for a hit, and had to beat feet to second base, no throw. And so it will be a single as Fregis now, Jack Fregis, into the hit column. So a walk and now a single, and there are 2 runners on. First pitch swinging is Ryan Fregis. Ryan Fregis with a double back in the 5th inning, and he also stole third base. He is he's 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. But he has a big opportunity now to put another run or 2 on the board, as there are 2 runners on and no outs. Kept taking a long look back at second base, now fires home. A bunt attempt is down the third base line, and that will be touched foul. That was kind of a hot smash bunt attempt off the bat of Ryan Fregis, and stayed fair for halfway down the line and then did go foul. Smart play by Hadley to touch the ball foul and make it a dead ball, foul ball. No balls and 2 strikes now to Ryan Fregis. Kept going back to work here. And the pitch. And that ball is inside. One and 2 now is the count. No outs. And the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and Ryan Fregis slams his bat down in disgust on the dirt.
The first baseman, number 7, Seth Ambrose.
And there is now 1 down, and coming to bat is Seth Ambrose. Ambrose with a hit back in the second inning. He is 1 for 3, struck out in the third. The first pitch is hammered into center field. This one is back. It's deep. It is off the wall. 1 run will score. Coming around and scoring the second run of the inning here for the Irish is Jack Fregis on a 2 RBI double by Seth Ambrose. He hit that one a ton back to the wall there in left center field, and that will plate 2 Irish runners. So some damage off the bat of Seth Ambrose. That was a 2 RBI double off the bat there of the first baseman. And the dangerous Kyle Rodas will step to bat. Ambrose in scoring position at second base, and this ball is fouled back. So Bromer comes in to score. Fregis comes all the way around from first to score off the RBI double from Seth Ambrose. Second hit of the contest tonight for Ambrose. And the pitch. And that is high and inside for a ball. Count will go to 1 ball and 1 strike now to Rodas. Rodas reached on an error and stole a base. He reached twice on an error and stole 2 bases, also scored a run. A good stop there. Now the runners hang up to dry. They throw down to second base, and in a pickle, tagged out is Seth Ambrose. So a nice job there by Furley as he blocked a pitch in the dirt, and then a good strong throw as Ambrose was hung out to dry in between second and third base. He'll trot back without his helmet on into the dugout. A little bit disgusted that he got a little too far off of second base on the wild pitch. Again, nice play defensively by Furley. Almost playing goalie back there behind home plate, keeping everything in front of him. And that block led to the second out. Meanwhile, the count goes to 3-1, and now a walk is issued to Rodas. So Rodas will reach base now for the 3rd time. And don't be surprised if you see some pickoff attempts, as Rodas has 2 stolen bases already tonight. Ben Textall will come to bat. He had the double back in the 4th. He's 1 for 3. And that pitch right down Broadway for strike 1. No pickoff attempt yet over there at first base. The 0-1 offering inside. Oh, it crosses over the inside corner for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. The count now to Ben Textall. And the pitch, off speed, did not break over. It will go for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So a walk and a single and a double in the inning, and then another walk. But again, that pickle play got the second out, and that ball fouled off the helmet of Ben Textall. Aggressive cut there by the center fielder. He'll take a couple of seconds out of the batter's box here to compose himself. Probably didn't feel too good. I mean, that's why you do wear a helmet, but still doesn't feel good to foul one off your own helmet. He'll fix the hair, put the helmet back on, and back into the right-handed batter's box. 1-2 still is our count. Rodas over at first base, and the pitch high. Furley thought about a snap throw down to first and then thought better of it. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. And that ball gets away from Furley and going down to second base again. The 3rd time tonight is Rodas. So Rodas has been a thorn in the side here of the Bomber defense, reaching second base 3 times out of 4. Putting on the pressure as the Irish offense has all night long. They've had runners on the base paths in basically every inning except for the first inning. And this pitch is outside for another walk. So Taxtall gets a base on balls. And with 2 out, we'll have 2 runners on, and coming to bat, the designated hitter, Dom DeLuca. DeLuca walked, flew out, and struck out here so far this evening. So he may be due for a hit tonight. Again, the lead now up to 4. And this ball is hammered down the third base line, but foul as DeLuca ahead of that offering. And the 0-1 pitch from Johnson, and this ball is a nice stop there by Furley. Drew Johnson on the mound, in on relief of Kep. He has a 1-1 count now against DeLuca. Trying to get out of the inning, only down by 4. And the pitch. Foul back off the bat of DeLuca and out of play. So I'll bring the count now to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitching from the stretch is Drew Johnson. Takes a look back at second base, now fires home, and again staying alive is DeLuca. DeLuca, the designated hitter tonight, again 0 for 3. I'm sorry, 0 for 2 with the walk. Score 5-1 here in favor of the Irish. The Irish, the home team tonight. Johnson hanging that right arm. Takes a look back at second base and fires home again just off the outside corner for ball 2. 2-2. And you're watching coverage of the 2022 Class C Baseball State Tournament. We're live here in Bell Field from Faribault. The 2-2 with 2 outs. Swing and miss as Johnson gets his man. Strike 3, DeLuca goes down swinging for the second time tonight, and that is out number 3. 2 runs do come across, though, as our score now reads 5-1 in favor of the St. Patrick Irish.
The St. Patrick Irish 5, the Urbank Bombers 1.
And we will take a break here. You are watching live coverage of amateur baseball on NSPN.TV.
The Urbank Bombers with a 3-hour drive.
You should feel good about where you and your money are headed. We can help you build a better relationship with your money, starting with our free Simply Better checking account. When you open an account, you'll also receive a free gift. Get started today. Think Bank. Meet your money.
On the mound now for the Irish is number 20, Trevor. And we'll get the pronunciation of the last name here in just a moment. And the game, Red Wing versus Watkins, has gone final. And there is your final. Red Wing 1 and Watkins 0. That is now a final score. Leading things off here for the Bombers in the top half of the 8th inning will be Levi Arnold. The first pitch from Trevor swung on and missed for a strike. And the 0-1 misses for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. This is Trevor Davinsky. Davinsky on the mound, the big right-hander. Induces a swing and miss for strike 2. So number 20, Trevor Davinsky. And the count now at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outside for a ball, 2-2.
On the mound for the Irish, number 20, Trevor Davinsky.
Freezes him for strike 3, so Davinsky into the ball game, and he gets a first strikeout of the ball game. Out number 1 as Levi Arnold goes down for the 3rd time tonight. 2 strikeouts and a flyout. And that'll bring to bat. We have a pinch batter here. Looks like number 12. Number 12 is Austin Koepp. So Austin Koepp will bat for Hagenmeyer. He looks like a first pitch ball. So Davinsky versus Koepp, and the pitch misses for ball 2, 2-0. We'll get the final numbers here for Dank in just a moment. And swinging and missing, that fouled out the face mask of Ambrose. The 2-1 offering now coming from Davinsky, and the big right-hander rocks and fires and gets a foul ball. Ambrose not able to hold on to that foul tip. 2-2. So by my count here, the final numbers for Colin Dank: 7 innings pitched. He gave up 1 run on 3 hits and only walked 1 man and struck out 9. And he is in position for the win. Davinsky in on relief here in the top half of the 8th inning. Now with a 2-2 count on the mound, and the pitch just off the outside. Not a very popular call here amongst the Irish fans. And the count will go full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Davinsky here versus Koepp, and the pitch. And that is on the outside corner for strike 3. That froze Koepp. 2nd out of the inning, and the 2nd strikeout so far here by Davinsky in on relief.
Now batting the leadoff hitter, catcher number 1, Matt Furley.
2 down now as Matt Furley will come to bat for the 4th time this evening. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Starts off looking at a strike here from Davinsky. So Davinsky in on relief of Dank, and much the same as he is all business on the mound. Swung through that one, did Furley. The count now at 0-2. So both pitchers here for the Irish making quick work on the mound. They get the ball back from the catcher. They're ready to go. The 0-2. And this ball is grounded just past the third base bag, but foul. As we're just into the second hour of tonight's contest, and we're in the 8th inning. In the town ball baseball, just a little faster than you're used to if you're tuning into any of the pros teams. Swung on and missed for strike 3. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers in the 8th inning, and 1, 2, 3 strikeouts in on relief for Davinsky. Can't do it much better than that. No runs, no hits, and none left as we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Our score still 5-1 in favor of the Irish. And you're watching this all on the Neighborhood Sports Network.tv. We'll be right back here for the bottom half of the 8th inning.
Join our team while supporting yours. The all-new Neighborhood Sports Network, NSPN.tv, is looking for camera operators and broadcasters for our live game streams. The atmosphere of sporting events can't be beat. Be a part of the action with flexible scheduling and guaranteed game rate pay. If you're a student or adult looking for an opening into the world of sports media, or to just make a little extra cash, send us an email at jobs@nspn.tv. Welcome to the neighborhood.
And as we head to the bottom half of the 8th inning, again, we want to thank you for joining us here on our new brand of broadcasting, the Neighborhood Sports Network.tv. You were with us when we were PrepSpotlight.tv. We rebranded. And so we thank you for coming over with us here to the neighborhood. Again, we're bringing you not only high school sports action, but college sports action and the town ball tournament. We've been bringing you town ball baseball for the past few years, and we decided to change our name here. We thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Again, if you're on a smartphone, a tablet, a smart TV, a regular computer, a laptop, however you decided to tune in. Also, you can get the game on your phone, and if you have a Bluetooth, you can listen to it on any device to include your car stereo. And we thank you for tuning in and continue to follow our coverage all weekend long, as we'll be bringing you live coverage here of the 99th annual Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Again, we set a record last year for attendance, but also had great viewership on our live streams. Leading things off here in the bottom half of the 8th inning will be the catcher, Matt Ambrose. In his last at bat, he singled. Has struck out twice. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Going old school, no batting gloves. He's equaled 1 hit so far. Got the lefty back in on the mound here for the Bombers. We'll get the number as soon as we can. And that pitch crosses for a strike. 1-1 to the catcher here for the Irish. The 1-1 offering is swung on and lifted into shallow right field. Running on and making a nice running catch, I believe, is Hagenmiller out in right field. Trying to get the number of the relief pitcher here. Number 5. Number 5 is Hunter. Hunter Hagenmiller is on the mound for the Bombers. So Hagenmiller coming in, getting a first out. And a ground ball to the second baseman, Arnold. He's up with it over to first in time for out number 2. So Hagenmiller in on relief of Johnson, who came in for Kep.
At the plate for the other second baseman, leadoff hitter number 3, Cal Romer.
And so we've had a fly out here to the right fielder for our first out, a ground out to the second baseman for out number 2. And they'll bring Cal Bromer to bat, the leadoff man. This is his 5th time at bat tonight. He's done some damage. Reached on an error and scored, singled. Reached on a walk and scored. 2 runs out of the 5 here for your leadoff hitter, and you're doing that, you're doing something right. Good job by the manager with the lineup card, putting Cal at the leadoff spot. Been very active tonight on the base paths. The 2-0 is lifted into foul territory, and that will go out of play. 2-1 now will be the count to the leadoff batter here for this Irish offense. About half the 8th inning, and that means it's last ups time for the Bombers, unless they can score 4 runs or more. We'll take a peek at their lineup here after this pitch. Leading things off will be Johnson, then Kep, then Hadley in the top half of the 9th inning. Again, down by 4 runs is the Bomber offense. Count now, though, 3 balls and 1 strike here to Bromer. Bromer looking to reach base again for the 4th time tonight. And he does on a walk. 2nd time he's been walked tonight.
Now batting shortstop, number 11, Jack Fregis.
And Jack Fregis will come to bat. Fregis singled and scored in his last at bat. He's 1 for 3. Jack Fregis, that is. His brother also 1 for 4. I'm sorry, both Fregises are 1 for 4 tonight, as Jack reached on an error back in the 3rd inning. That was the back-to-back errors by the shortstop, Arnold. A tough start to that 3rd inning. The 1-0 floats over the outside corner for strike 1. 1-1. Nifty little off-speed pitch there by Hagenmiller. And the 1-1 now from the left-hander as he stares over at Bromer. Bromer will take off. The throw down to second base is not in time. Arnold with a nice tag attempt, just a bit tardy on the throw was Furley. And so Cal Bromer will be in scoring position here for Jack Fregis. A successful stolen base attempt. Good speed on this Irish offense here on the base paths tonight. Multiple stolen bases against Furley and whichever pitcher is on the mound. And freezing in for strike 3, and that will be out number 3 as Fregis goes down looking. And Hagenmiller gets his first strikeout of the contest.
0 hits, 1 left on base.
We will keep it here as we move to the top half of the 9th inning. Our score 5-1 in favor of the St. Patrick Irish.
After the 8th inning, your score monster update. St. Patrick 5, Urbank 1.
1 run on 3 hits and 3 costly errors by the Bombers. 5 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors by St. Patrick.
Reminder, following tonight's game, we're presenting the player of the game, sponsored by our main tournament sponsor, Daikin.
And the winner of tonight's contest will play on Sunday at 4 p.m. versus the winner of the Lakers, the Avon Lakers, and the St. Marlin Marlins. That game will be tomorrow night on this very same field at the same time, 7 p.m. first pitch tomorrow night, as the Avon Lakers square off against the St. Marlin Marlins. The winner of that game will face the winner of tonight's game again next Sunday at 4 p.m. And we do have a final now in the Measville-Anoka game. It is Measville winning by a final score of 12-2. So Measville and Red Wing victorious this evening. And we'll look to see here the Bomber offense down to their final 3 outs. See if they have a little magic left in their bats.
Leading off the top of the 9th, for the Bombers, left fielder number 14, Drew Johnson.
As I said, it'll be Johnson, then Kep, and then Hadley offensively here tonight in this 9th inning for the Bombers. And they are facing Davinsky. Davinsky in on relief, trying to go with a 2-inning save. This ball is lifted into right field, coming on, and making the catch is Jack Taxtall. A nice catch out there in right field by Taxtall. So Johnson flies out to the right fielder for out number 1. Kep was the starting pitcher. He does have 2 of the 3 hits tonight here for the offense of the Bombers. He singled back in the first and singled and scored the only run back in the 7th inning. Needs to get on base again to help his own cause out. Unfortunately for Kep, he is in line for the loss. Stay with us after the broadcast as we will have a quick neighborhood MVP and a little breakdown of the scoring plays this evening. Now a quick recap before we will bid you adieu for the night. The 1-0 swung on and missed. Violent swing there by Kep. But Kep was trying to hit the 4-run home run with no runners on. And Alex Kep now with a 1-1 count. Swings and lifts this one. Fouling out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Even Davinsky in on relief of Dank. Dank went 7 innings, only gave up 3 hits. So we'd say he scattered 3 hits, 1 run, struck out 9. The 1-1 pitch, the 1-2 pitch, is low. And it will be a 2-2 count. You're watching the Neighborhood Sports Network.tv's broadcast here of this postseason play in amateur baseball. And I believe that was a 3-2 pitch that was low, and so Kep gets a walk, only the 2nd walk of the evening here for the Bomber offense. Dank gave up 1 walk back in the 6th, and now Davinsky has given up a walk. And that is definitely what you need if you're trying to make a comeback. All the base runners you can get here in the 9th inning. 2 outs to play with. Hadley in. He is 0 for 3, grounded out to the second baseman twice, and reached on an error. The 1-0 inside. Fastball misses from Davinsky. 2-0. And the pitch. And a violent swing again here by the Bombers. This time it was the bat of Hadley trying to hammer that one. It was a high and inside pitch and not able to catch up to it. Now the count 2-1. That ball misses low. Count will go to 3-1. It's a hitter's count here for Austin Hadley with a runner over at first base in the person of Alex Kep. Taking a little time to set himself here is Davinsky. He will climb back onto the hill. Pitching from the stretch. Gets the sign from Ambrose. Rocks and fires and swinging, lifting that one in on the infield. Now on the outfield grass, it'll be Fregis securing out number 2 with a nice catch there in shallow left field. 2 down on the pop-up to the shortstop. And now the Bombers are down to their final out. This is the person of Hunter Arnold.
Now batting for the Bombers, shortstop number 3, Hunter Arnold.
Arnold struck out in the 2nd and struck out in the 7th. Singled in the 5th. He is 1 for 3. And desperately needs to get on base again here in the 9th inning. First pitch crosses over for a strike. No balls and 1 strike here to Hunter Arnold. Davinsky trying to slam the door on a 2-inning save. Swing and a miss, and a throw down to first base. A throw back to second base, and sliding in ahead of the tag, living dangerously, is Kep. So a good throw from Ambrose to Ambrose. Catcher to first, but just not in time, getting Kep over at second base. And so Alex Kep in scoring position out there in second base, but down by 4 runs. So the job for Hunter Arnold is to get on base, and the pitch. And this is grounded back to Davinsky. He will run over, toss it over to Ambrose at first base for out number 3. And most importantly, the final out here in the the 9th inning, and it will be a victory here for St. Patrick Irish as they will win this contest by a final score of 5-1. Davinsky getting the final out, a 6-out save, and a final score here of 5-1. We'll be right back to wrap things up here from Bell Field in just a moment. You're watching NSPN.TV, and we'll be right back to wrap things up.
Baseball. It's America's pastime and Minnesota's passion. The all-new Neighborhood Sports Network, in partnership with the Minnesota Baseball Association, brings you coverage of the 2022 State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Coverage of this great Minnesota tradition is proudly brought to you by The Urgency Room, fast, flexible care. McDonald's, owners and operators of Minnesota and Western Wisconsin. Find your golden opportunity at mcdonalds.com/careers. Xfinity, a better way to watch. Think Bank, meet your money. The Star Tribune, your home for the best prep coverage. And by the Minnesota Twins. Get tickets for Town Ball Night at Target Field on September 10th. Live coverage throughout the Town Ball tourney can be seen right here on the Neighborhood Sports Network. That's NSPN.TV. Welcome to the neighborhood. Now, let's get out to the ballpark.
And it is a final here from Bell Field as the St. Patrick Irish are victorious by a final score of 5-1. The winning pitcher tonight is Colin Dank, and Colin Dank went 7 innings, scattering 3 hits, giving up 1 run. He only walked 1 man, and he struck out 9. The losing pitcher is Alex Koepp. Alex Koepp went 6 innings. He struck out 12, and he did walk only 1 man as well, but he did give up 3 runs. And so Koepp will take the loss. Congratulations to the St. Patrick Irish as they will move on. And they will take on the winner again of the Avon Lakers and the St. Marlin Marlins. That game will be tomorrow night here from Bell Field, and they'll be at 7 p.m. And a congratulations to the Bombers on an excellent season as they will head for home now, and the Irish will move on. We will have the neighborhood MVP, and I'm going to go ahead and give that to the starting pitcher here for the Irish, Colin Dank. Again, he scattered 3 hits over 7 innings, only gave up 1 run, and struck out 9 in the victory. And so the Irish move on in the 99th annual Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Minnesota sports coverage is brought to you by School Space Media and Neighborhood Sports Network.tv. Tune in all week long for live coverage of sports, and remember, you can watch archive versions of all of our sports and events coverage online anytime at NSPN.TV. Once again, with Greg Wilford on camera, this is Phil McLaughlin thanking you for tuning in to today's amateur baseball action and wishing you a fantastic Friday and a fun weekend. Good night, everyone.